Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Lesleyanne here from Lesleyanne Sparkle. I decided to make a couple of cakes today. However, I don't know what happened to the first part of the recording of this video where I was weighing out all of the ingredients and starting to put everything into the bowl together. I don't know what happened to that, so I will put the recipe in the description box. But here you can see that I'm actually weighing out I've used the stalk margarine for baking. So I think off the top of my head, it is about 600 grams because I am making a really big square cake today. I have lots of things I wanted to use up, so I decided I'd make a really big sponge cake. And also with some of the batter mix that I'm making, I also add some bananas to it that are really, really ripe, and they need to be eaten today. So I've decided to make a chocolate chip and banana loaf as well. But I'm just cracking in the eggs. So I know this recipe calls for 6 eggs. If you wanted to just make this into a tray bake, which I have done in the past, to be honest, you could use half of all the ingredients and just use it into, one of your little tray bakes. But because I've got things I wanted to use up, I've decided to make this big cake. And I needed to add 3/4 of a cup of milk to the mixture. However, a bit later on you will see that I add a little dash more to it. And now you can see just how full my mixing bowl is with all of the ingredients. So I'm just popping on my little paddle, ready to start mixing. And once I put the guard on to the food mixer, then I also cover it over with a tea towel, because although when you've got this much mixture and I've got like the flour at the bottom, it doesn't generally go everywhere, but just in case it does, I just pop the tea towel over for the first part of the mixing. Right, so it's had a really good mix. So I'll take the tea towel off and just let it finish mixing, getting all the bits from the bottom mixed all the way through. And now you can see that I'm lining my cake tray. So this is bigger than your average Victoria sandwich tray. And I sometimes do use this as a kind of a medium-sized tray bake. But I'm just lining it now. And you'll see what I do is I turn the tray over, as you've just seen, and then I just sort of pop the baking parchment over the bottom of it, and then I just sort of cut it around, and then you'll see me cut up the sides, sort of the corners, and then that will fit perfectly into the bacon tray when I turn it over the correct way. So now I'm just greasing the pan, and then once I've greased it, then that's when I pop the parchment paper inside of the pan, and it will stick perfectly, and it will fit really, really easily as well, as you can see. And then any little excess at the top, then just trim that away as I did. And then I just repeat the process on the second tray. So I preheated my oven to fan 170. Now I'm just dividing the mixture between the two tins, but I am leaving some mixture behind because I want to make that banana loaf. Now they'll be in the oven for around about 45 minutes. Now I'm showing you the batter that I've got left that I'll turn into the banana loaf. Adding a few chocolate chips. And then I'll be mashing up the bananas. I had four that really needed juicing up, so they all went in. So mashed them up, added those to the mixture, and then gave it one last blitz. These little loaf tin liners are absolutely amazing. I don't know what I did before I managed to find these. I mean, I've been using them for a while now, but oh my goodness me, they are just so simple. They just slot perfectly into your loaf tin, and then just add your mixture. Then when the cake's cool, take it off, remove it from the outside of the cake, and you are left with a beautifully clean loaf tin. You can either just give it a little wipe out, or you can wash it if you want to, but it takes all the hard work and the headache out of greasing yet another pan. Time to get all that batter into the loaf tin. And this will also go into the oven 170 for about 40 to 45 minutes until it's cooked, by just popping a little skewer in to make sure it comes out nice and clean, and then it's cooked. And voila! The cakes are out of the oven, so just pop them on the cooling rack for a bit, and now you can see that I've turned them out and taken the baking parchment off, and they look absolutely scrummy. So I've popped jam in the middle. So all I wanted was just jam in the middle. I've made some icing up using some lemon extract and some fresh lemon juice. So I'm just pouring the icing, the white icing, on top of the cake. And I just fancy doing a little bit of a slow-mo for you. So I'm just spreading out the icing now to get it as even as I can on top of the cake. Of course, some of it does drip down the sides, but I love that look because it looks really homemade when that happens. It doesn't look as though it's been manufactured in, like a cake factory. I really like the homemade look. So I do allow it to, go down the side of the cake if that's where the icing wants to go. And now it's time to decorate, so I'm just popping on some of the little silver balls and some of the all the different coloured sprinkles, the hundreds and thousands sprinkles. And now the banana loaf is cooked and on the cooling rack for a bit, and I will be turning it out. As you can see now, taking off the little insert and just peeling that off very gently, but it comes off so easily, as you can see. And I'm just leaving that to cool, and then I decorate this with some more icing, but this time I make up a coffee icing, and then I pop some crushed nuts on the top, as you can see here. Now it's time for a nice cup of tea and a taste test. So I cut into the banana loaf first and show you that. It is so moist, so moist inside with all the bananas in there. It's just really made it a really succulent, moist, yet sort of chocolatey banana loaf. And now it's time to just cut into the sponge cake to show you what that's like. And as it's a square cake, I can just sort of cut it across, sort of straight across, and then cut each slice off as and when it's needed. And then this will be stored in an airtight container. I'm actually using an old Jacob's cream cracker container that we had over Christmas to store this in. So as you can see, I've sliced it one way completely from side to side, and now I'm just slicing down to take the individual slices, as you can see here. And that is what the cake looks like inside, and it is absolutely delicious. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget I will put the recipe in the description box. Let me know if you get around to making this cake. Absolutely delicious. Bye my lovelies, bye.